What's up, guys? It's McNulty here, and it is Halloween. So happy Halloween to all of you who are celebrating. And good news is that the costume summon is back, and we have some amazing looking new secondary costumes in the portal. It's finally the right time for all the heroes to be wearing their costumes. So we're going to go ahead and do some hero breakdowns on these brand new costume heroes. I want to start with the featured hero, Demisha, because she is the one that a lot of us have been waiting for. And just looking at her, I'm pretty breathless, to be honest. I mean, the art is fantastic. I love the little skull shoulder plate. And she definitely looks like she's ready for action, this chick. So the new costume, Domitia, obviously she is a 5-star dark hero. She is now of the barbarian class, unfortunately, guys, so a little bit of a downgrade in terms of the class. Not so much the initial costume, but the original version being of the rogue class, probably a better class for Demisha, but nonetheless barbarian class, so she has the chance to inflict bleed damage. We now have the family bonus for the classic family, where the bonus for fully ascended 2, 3, 4 or 5 heroes, you either get a 1%, 3%, 5% or 7% attack, defense and healing bonus. So that may become a bit more relevant, seeing as there are so many costumes being released, or secondary costumes, but for now not quite so much, but we'll see how things go in the future. You also get the secondary costume bonus, where the attack bonus, or if you have all the costumes fully level up, this includes the additional costumes, you get an attack bonus of 15%, defense bonus of 15%, a health bonus of 20%, and a mana bonus which stays at 5%. Now, those attack and defense and health bonuses can come in pretty handy, especially since the stats on these brand new secondary costumes are so high. I mean, the power, if you just look in the top right hand corner, she has 860 team power, which is probably, I think, one of the highest team powers that you're going to get. Even the brand new heroes that are getting released in other portals don't go up to 860. So let's move on to Demisha's stats. She has 838 attack, which is massive, 805 defense, so really chunky, and 1551 health, so definitely survivable. And also that attack stat is just sky high, to be fair. She's gonna hit pretty hard. So let's see what she does. Her special skill is called Dark Bolt. It is at average speed, and at average speed she deals 335% damage to the target and nearby enemies. So she hits 3 enemies for the same amount of damage, 335%. So that's a pretty big whack. Then the target and the nearby enemies get negative 64% defense against dark for 4 turns. Against holy characters, this status effect becomes uncleansable and lasts 2 turns longer. So basically, and I know that you will be bringing a dark hero against a holy titan to drop that defense down, but I think with Panther the effect is either 3 or 4 turns. I don't have Panther, so I don't know exactly, but her effect is going to be extended, so the total defense down against dark is going to actually last for 6 turns if you bring her up against a titan, a holy titan. And if you're just in regular play, the last part of her special is that she deals extra damage against holy. So even if you're bringing her up against just a regular yellow hero, they're going to receive more than that 335% damage hit. Not sure exactly how much, but she is going to hit pretty hard. So this hero is, well, she definitely deserves to be the flagship hero of this portal. I think Demisha is going to be one to go for, and if you do manage to snag her, then, you know, congratulations. I think even if you've got Panther already, having Demisha in the bag, or this secondary costume Demisha, it is going to be useful for you as well. So congratulations if you did pull her. So that is it for Domitia. I mean, definitely an A+ hero, and really one to go for. So next in the portal, we have good old Horghall. Now, what can we say about Horghall? I mean, he has been through the ringer. He's got another costume. Everybody's still, well, I can't speak for everybody, but most people still don't like him, myself included, on those old costumes. And I haven't had a good look at this one yet, so let's see if it's any different. So he is of the wizard class, which gives him that chance to jinx. It's an okay class. I mean, he's been a druid and he's also been a ranger, so they're all quite similar in terms of how, you know, far up the ladder I'd put those classes. The family bonus he gets, as well as the big costume bonus, I'm not going to go over both of those again. But looking at his stats, the first thing that jumps out is that massive health stat. So he is now at nearly 1800 health on max stats. I'm not even sure how much health he's going to have when you emblem him up, but it's going to make him very survivable and very difficult to deal with. His defense stat is 787, so pretty good defense. His attack is a bit lower for the new heroes that we're seeing at 750, but remember, with the secondary costume bonus, you can increase his attack and his defense and his health. So I'm not even sure with that health bonus, that health is just gonna be, I mean, I don't know how much he'd get up to, maybe 2,300, something like that. Just something ridiculous with emblems if you go defense and health and you have that costume bonus as well. So very, very, very survivable hero. I do like the art. I think the jester art was, you know, a bit, well, not really my favorite. He did look pretty beastly as the standard Horghall, but this one, you know, he's got, you know, those mushrooms and the toxic, whatever that is, slime coming out of his body. He looks pretty good now, I think. So his special is at slow speed, no changes. He deals 260% damage to all enemies. So he used to deal 250 as the jester and 280 as the normal version, so right in between. All enemies get minus 31% attack and a further 4% increase every time they're hit during 4 turns. So that's another potential minus 16% attack. 16 plus 31, what's that? 47. So up to minus 47% attack. All enemies also get negative 24 defense for 4 turns. So that is a definite improvement. He's going to reduce attack and he's going to reduce defense as well. Not the biggest defense down, but all defense down can be helpful. So I definitely like that for Horghall. Now, all enemies also receive 212 poison damage over 4 turns. So, I mean, the poison damage is maybe just a little bit of an added bonus. So that's about 50 to 60 a turn. The biggest thing is the obviously damage to all enemies, the negative attack and the negative defense as well. So personally, I think that this new Horghall has got quite a bit of usability, not just for his health boost, but I think that especially in some of the rush formats, he could be pretty good paired up with some other heroes. He's doing damage to all enemies and he's reducing the attack and the defense of all of the enemies for a significant amount of time over 4 turns. So I would say definitely an upgrade over the other 2 versions. And yeah, I'm not too upset about Horghall anymore, which is saying something, because he's been one of those heroes that I've not really, come to love since he was released, and going forwards with the other costumes. So yeah, good luck, and well done if you guys did pull Horghall. I think now with this new costume, he is definitely usable in a lot of areas. Rush being, the number one that I would sort of put him out front for. We have one more 5-star hero in the portal, and it is Magni. Now, Magni has been given a class upgrade. So he is now of the Rogue class with his new costume, which he was of the Druid class with the old one. So definitely an upgrade in the class. Maybe not so much from the first state or first costume. I don't know what you want to call it. But obviously he's been beefed up as well. So the Rogue class is excellent. He's going to be able to dodge. And he's got the same family bonus for the classic family, and the same costume bonus as well. So good to see that in terms of the class. I like the art. I think that they've gone, if you just go from the original version to that, you can see the sort of transformation here, and I'm loving it. Move on to his stats before I sort of say something I shouldn't. So he has 852 attack, which is a big attack stat. If I look at the original, yeah, his is quite a bit higher, but with the costume bonus, these stats are just going to become super, super high. Some of these season 1 heroes are definitely going to be huge competitors now in the game. So 852 attack. He's got 738 defense, so very low on the defense compared to some of the others, and 1630 health. So he is definitely going to have enough health to be survivable, and that attack stat is huge. His special is called Strike of the Underworld. He's running at fast speed, which is great. He deals 285% damage to the target and nearby enemies. I like that a lot. So he's been a sniper up until now, and now he is a hit 3 hero. So hit 3 heroes generally, I would say, do carry a lot more value than snipers in the current meta, so I'm liking that. Now the target and nearby enemies then get minus 64 defense against special skills for 4 turns. There is a caveat in that the negative defense is only against special skills, but to be honest, that's minus 64 defense against special skills, which is a big defense down against those special skills. So he can definitely be paired up with some other strong heroes who can follow up with the 1-2 punch. Let him go off first at fast speed. You've got 4 turns to fire off another special skill that deals damage, and if you do, then it's going to be pretty much game over for whoever you're going up against. And of course that attack stat at 852 is just going to make that hit, that initial hit, pretty beefy as well. His old one, the target and nearby, got minus 34 defense, just general defense for 4 turns. Do I think that's better than defense against special skills? Depends who you're going up against. If you're going to use him as a Titan hero, then sure it is, because the special skill damage doesn't really count. But if you're popping him in a raid team or war team, or you're using him for tournaments and things like that, then no, the new costume is better, and the defense against special skills is more useful. So congrats again if you pulled this one. Again, another excellent costume. So far, so good. 3 costumes, 3 absolute winners so far. So let's move on to the last new costume which is in this portal, which is good old Kierol. And Kierol, for me, has been a staple, and I think for a lot of you he will have been a staple as well. So for them to have improved this guy, they better have done something real special, because you know, Kierol is just a great all-rounder. He has the minus attack and minus defense on the first costume. He's got increased attack and increased defense on, on the normal version. And to be fair, I always use this one because, sorry, a lot of people don't realize that if you've got minus attack or minus defense, which is an ailment, and you fire this version off of Kierol, he just removes it and replaces it with the increased attack and defense as well. So he's kind of a cleanser as well as a healer in this first version. The second version doesn't have that cleanse, but it does reduce the defense and attack, so really useful. Now the new costume Kierol has got some kind of like spade. He's not bothered with a sword. He's had a guitar. He's had an axe initially, which you'd think would be better for dealing damage, but now he's got like a trowel. He's still got that massive beer mug, which is definitely his trademark. He loves a bit of a tipple, this guy. And he's got the same family bonus, obviously the classic family, same costume bonus as well, so he gets an increase to all stats. And as far as his general stats are concerned, I'm just checking if he's any better or worse. I mean, he's got a higher defensive stat now than the other two costumes. He's got 732 attack, which is a lower attack stat than the other two costumes, so lowered attack, higher defense, and 1279 on the HP, which is very, very similar. So Kierol definitely is a survivable hero. You can definitely boost his attack and health, his defense and health, because that's the path that you're going to want to go, because generally he's a healer. So yeah, definitely good stats for a 4-star hero. Now his special is at average speed, and it's called Blessed Tankard. He boosts the health of all allies by 400, and boosted health can exceed max HP. Right off the bat, glad to see that. That is great, especially in today's meta. Boosted health at average speed 400 is a decent amount. So again, already I'm happy with that. All allies then get increased defense by 30% for 3 turns, and all enemies get minus 34% attack for 3 turns. So this version of Kierol is more focused on defense, where he's boosting the allies' health and he's increasing the defense for 3 turns. The status has always been for 3 turns, so that's no change there. And the attack down is useful. It's not as good as if it would have been increased defense by 30% and then minus defense for the enemy by 34%. I think that would have just made this an absolute A hero, but still super usable. And I do like that they've given him that boosted health just to keep him up to speed and up to date. So that is it for the new costume heroes. Please do like and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed the video and found it useful. And just to end this off, I'm going to go ahead, and I've only got 5 costume summons. This hasn't ever been one of my best portals for getting heroes, but I'd be stoked if I got any of these new costumes. So just to end off, we'll go ahead and drop 5 summons and see what we get. Colin. He is a go-to for sure. Not what I'm looking for though, guys. Come on. Even more not what I'm looking for. Right, this is going well. We've got, what, 3 left? If I complete the event, I'll have another couple. Grim. Right, I have had super luck in the last few summons with the Halloween pulls and everything else, so Can't be disappointed if we don't get anything from the costume chamber. And Kierol. Alright. That is it, guys. I wish you all of the best in your summons. Hopefully you get your hands on this lovely lady. Please do like and subscribe, and I'll see you all again in the next video.